Hey guys, thanks for coming back. It has been such a long time since I've sat down to film. I just got done filming my project pan, like rolling roulette thing. I don't know if that's gonna go up first or this. This is the Pan Those Eyeshadows update. Jappy, are you okay? No, stare at that. Don't knock the camera. So this is my Roulette Pan Those Eyeshadows update, and I know I am late. I should have had this video filmed and updated on, or at least filmed and then posted by April 30th, and it is May 3rd. So we're not too far behind depending on when I can get this up, but it is May 3rd. I stopped using all of these eyeshadows on April 30th so that you could see a month's worth of use. So have some things to talk about. Some changes that we're going to make to this, and let's just get right into it. Hopefully, so I did take a few pictures of some looks that I created that I will add in at the end, like a little slideshow, and then I have photos of what each shade looked like prior to coming into the project, so hopefully I can insert that before I show you. So let's just get on into it and talk about what's going on. So I'm not going to bring these up in any order, but the first one I want to talk about is after I started this, I went through and decided to make my whole makeup collection cruelty-free. So I had two eyeshadow palettes that did not fit a, cruelty-free status. One was a Maybelline palette that I decluttered and gave to a friend. And the other was this Makeup Forever palette. It was a build your own palette. And I, decided first of all, this was, kind of expensive, but these were 6 shades that I picked. So there's 6 shades that I absolutely loved. So the reason I decluttered the Maybelline palette was because I said, I have all these single pans of I have all these pans of eyeshadow, and it might take forever, before I get to one of these, and, it would just take a long time, so I'm fine decluttering that one. So I sat there and thought about it, and the same is true for this. This is 6 shades, and so the the likelihood of randomizing one of these 6 shades again could be a long way off. And I don't want to feature too many cruelty-free products on my I don't want to feature too many non-cruelty-free products on my channel right now. So I am going to remove the shade that I picked from this, and I am just going to quietly, behind the scenes, focus on working through this palette. And if that's something that you guys are interested in seeing, it's not like an official pan that palette, just every so often, maybe post an update on it. Let me know in the comments down below. So I'll show you what it looks like right now. The shade that we drew for this was this middle shade right here, this red brown shade. And as you can see, I didn't do much with it, to be quite honest. But I am removing it, so hopefully that's okay with you guys, but I just don't want to keep this in the, in the spreadsheet of eyeshadows. So this is going to stay in my collection. I will quietly, use it behind the scenes. So there's that. Rolling that one out. So that's really the only, I guess, controversial, that word is hard. That's really the only, thing that might make some people mad, is rolling that one out. But anyway, so let's just get started. I am not going to pull these out in any particular order. Well, should we go in order that, yeah, let's go in order that we pulled them. So the first one that we pulled was shade number 324. Also, I decluttered some palettes and added some palettes to my collection since this introduction video. So the numbers have changed. Some of these numbers have moved around. I had it at first written out by hand, and then I put it into a spreadsheet on the computer, blah, blah, blah. Either way, I have 408 pans of eyeshadows, including singles and SuperShock shadows, and that's a lot, and I don't want to add any more eyeshadow to my collection for some time until I start moving through some of these. But anyway, the first one we drew was from the Chocolate Gold palette, and this was brand new into my collection, so I'm actually quite surprised. Hopefully I can insert a picture now of what it looked like prior to entering this project. And here is what it looks like now. Hopefully you can see that nice pan there. And I hit pan on this shadow on April 25th. So one way that I did not like to use this like as an all over the lid color or like with my finger. I didn't like it. So what I would do is I would use a brush, and it has like a little bit of glitter in it. I'm not going to swatch the ones that I panned. But it has like a little bit of shimmer in it, not like glitter, but it is like a metallic shade. The whole palette is like metallic. But I would take the brush and I would use it to like smoke out the outer V and then blend it into the crease, and then put like another complementary, like sometimes a blue shade with it. It was really pretty. Hopefully I got a picture of a look like that I did. But I did enjoy the shade once I figured out how I liked to use it. So, but I was really happy when I hit pan on it, because then that meant like I can, you know, not use it anymore, because it's such a dark purple, and you know, it's spring and it's been fun outside, and you know, it's just not a color that I've wanted to reach for. So I was quite happy when I hit that and could move that out. The next one that we drew was the red brown shade from this, which we've already talked about. So then the next one we drew from that was from this I Heart Revolution chocolate orange palette, and it was the shade Peel. And hopefully if I can insert a picture, this is what it looked like before entering this project. And here is what it looks like now. It is, I'm trying to hold the camera down, it is, or the mirror out of the way. It is this shade right here. It was untouched basically. Maybe I used it like once or twice when it came into this project, and I still only used it once or twice in the month. So not great, but you know, that's okay. It's not that it's a bad shade. It's not that I don't like it. It just wasn't one that I gravitated towards. So hopefully here in this next month I can get some good use out of it. So the next one that we drew was Busted from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe Vault. And this was from the Dark Magic palette. Oh yeah, I showed that right. Haha. This was from the Dark Magic palette. So Busted is that blue shade. And again, blues, oh, they are just so not my thing. So this shade was like, maybe I'd swatched it and that was it. So here's what it looks like before, hopefully. I'm gonna feel really silly if I have to edit out me saying, here's what it looks like before, because I can't. Anyway, here's what it looks like before it came into this project. And then here is what it looks like now. So I don't know if you can tell, there's a little bit of a dip going on. I have used this as an all over the lid color. I've worn this blue with the Live in Lavish shade from the Chocolate Gold palette, and that was a really pretty look. Hopefully I got a picture of that. And I've also worn this a handful of times like along the lower lash line, but I feel like I went too heavy-handed those few times when I wore it on my lower lash line, so I just didn't end up liking it in that way. So, and again, it's a dark color and we're moving into these like warmer months, and it's just not a color that I am gravitated towards. So hopefully I can find a way to make it work, and you know, hopefully it won't stick around too terribly much longer. It's not a bad shade. It can be a little patchy, just a little bit, but you know, that might be user error too, so I'm not knocking it. It's still not a bad shade. I'm gonna keep the palette. Anyway, the next one that we drew was from the ABH Sultry palette, and it was the shade Cinder. And I had gotten like a few uses out of this palette before the project, so before picture. And then here's what it looks like now. So I did, as you can see, hit pan on this, and I hit pan on April 18th. So I really thought that I loved this palette, and I do. I still overall like this palette. It's a great like cool toned, I'd I don't know if I would call this natural palette. But, well, yeah, but either way, it's cool toned is my point. And I still like it for that, but I do not like that shade Cinder. I basically hate panned it. I'm not gonna lie. It just, the fallout is unreal, and I could just never get it to be built up to the color that I wanted. And I would try so many ways. I use my finger. I, you know, put it on my finger and then put MAC Fix Plus on my finger, and it used a brush and, you know, wet the brush. It's still just, I don't know, it was never what I wanted it to be. And it looks so pretty in the pan, but it just, to build it up and, you know, it wouldn't be built up to what I wanted. And then the fallout was just ridiculous. And I'm fine with fallout. You brush it away, it's no big deal. But this, it was that huge, like, chunky fallout. I don't know. So the last one that we had was a ColourPop SuperShock shadow, because if you'll remember in my introduction video, I stated that I'm going to randomize 6 eyeshadows, but I always want to make sure that one of the 6 that I have is either a ColourPop SuperShock shadow, because they dry out quickly, or at least that's what I've heard. They dry out. Or a Stila, I have the Glitter and Glow liquid eyeshadows. I only have one right now. So the shade, the last one that we drew was from the ColourPop, and it was the shade Lightning Bug. And this is what it looks like. There's pan in the center. And to be honest, like, I hit this really, this surprised me that I hit it so quick. It was April 10th. So that is 2 shades that are staying, which would be Peel from this and Busted from this. And I'm going to do swatches of all the shades that are going to be currently in together. So we're going to pick our new shades randomly. So we get to have 4 new shades picked. So we're going to pull up the Pretty Random app, and it says 35 on it because that was the last time I used it. Oh, I got to fix the numbers. Hold on. It's 1 through 408, you guys. 408. I don't need any more eyeshadows. No more eyeshadows. One exciting thing that I can tell you as of right now is out of 408 shades, we have 10 pans. I don't know, that's not a lot compared to how many actual pans of shadow we have, but that was more than I expected to have pan in. And one last thing I want to say is just don't forget to, I am not going to, if it's a black shade, not doing it. I don't want to, I want to enjoy this, and I don't enjoy black shades. So I'm just not, if I choose a black shade, then it's just, I'm going to choose another number. 4 numbers. Let me hold this where you can see it. So we have 235, 65, 113, and 125. Cool. All right, so I will be right back. So I just randomized the 4 numbers that I needed, and then I went back and was looking at it, and I was like, oh, you made such a big deal about always having a ColourPop SuperShock shadow, and then you just randomized 4 numbers and you didn't get a ColourPop. So all of the ColourPops are together in the spreadsheet. So they go from number, well, let's see, it's number 386, which would be the start. That's where the Stila liquid glitters are. So it's from 386 to 408. So we will randomize a number between that together right now. So here we go. 408. Sounds good. That'll be it. So instead of 125, it's going to be 408. So the numbers that we have, again, just to refresh, 235, 65, 113, and 408. So now I will go get those and be right back. Okay, so we are back. So let's just start with the ones that have not left this round. So again, that is Peel, which is right here. That's what he looks like. And I will take pictures of these. I'm swatching them on my hand. And then I will show you at the end once I have them all together. I just want to build that up a little bit better. Okay. Then again, we have, if I can open it, why is this so difficult? All right, then we have Busted, the blue shade. Yeah, that's coming off a little patchy on my hand. There we go. Okay, let me get a baby wipe. That's what I use because they're so cheap compared to makeup wipes. Anyway, so there was Peel and Busted. So now our new shades. The first number that we randomized was 235. So that comes from this Profusion Temptress palette. I think this was their holiday edition last year for December 2018, so I don't think you can get this anymore. But the shade that we got is this shade Ember right here. This like brick red looking shade. I don't know. Haven't even swatched it. Can tell you that. See, this is why I needed to do this project. There were so many eyeshadows in my collection that have just been unused and unloved, and it's sad. Sad. All eyeshadows should be loved. I still have the swatch from the blush from the previous video on my hand. So let me wipe that away. Alright, and again, I will show you swatches once I have them all on my hand. So there's that shade. Then the next one that we had was number 65, which comes from the Balm Iced Tea palette. And it was this shade right here, Latest Scoop. So I don't know how, that shade's kind of a little bit intimidating, to be honest. It's a very like cool toned gray. Oh, I don't know. It looks a lot different on my hand than in the pan. Okay. That might actually be really pretty. Then we got Raw Sienna. Well, we got number 113, which is Raw Sienna, which comes from everybody's favorite Modern Renaissance palette. And I'm sure you know what it looks like, but it's right here, Raw Sienna. I just realized I have all matte shades except for my ColourPop shade, so thankfully I do keep a ColourPop shade in here, right? Or else this would be, I would be rolling in some kind of shimmer. And then, so the last one, I've actually added 2 ColourPop shadows since I did my swatch video. So this one's new to my collection. It is Three's a Cloud. So let me open it. It's this really pretty like orange shade. It is a ultra metallic. So yeah, no, I don't have any like glittery shades, but at least there's this. It'll give me some kind of pop of color. But again, I don't stick to just these 6. Like I will pull in other shades to make looks, and that's fine with me. The goal is that these six are the focus to like build a look around them, I guess. So we have, starting over here, our shades are, this is Peel from the I Heart Revolution Chocolate Orange palette. Next to it is Busted, which is from the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Vault collection, the Dark Magic palette. Then we have this shade right here, which is Ember. That is from the Profusion Temptress palette, which I believe, again, was their holiday 2018 release. So I don't know if you can still get that one. Next over is from the Balm, the Iced Tea palette. It's the shade Latest Scoop. It is this really nice, like, cool gray color. I don't know. It's a lot lighter here than it looked in the pan. Next to that, we have from ABH Modern Renaissance, the Raw Sienna. And then the last one over here, it's kind of hard to see, is the ColourPop SuperShock shadow in the shade Three's a Cloud. I'm having fun with this. It's been a blast, so I'm so happy that I started this. And again, I never said this, and that's bad on me. This was originally started by Rebecca Morn. Can't talk. I never said this. So this was a concept that I got from Rebecca Morgan, who I think got it from Alexi, and you know, there's other people that do this. I know Too Much Tosh does it. Emily Max does it. Let's see who else. There's so many people out there that do this. You could just, you know, probably put in the search bar, pan those eyeshadows, and find a ton of people. I'm going to list some of my favorite people that I enjoy watching doing this project down below. Definitely Rebecca Morgan and Alexi, since they kind of started this. But so sorry I did not mention that in the beginning. Mentioned it now though. So anyway, thanks you guys, and hopefully this isn't too long and rambly, which I keep rambling. So let's just end it, okay? I'll see you in the next one. Bye.